Hello, world. Alright, so it's a real shame. So I decided to make another video. Okay, yeah, now you can see my eyeball. This is my rocking my afro this morning. It's a great day. So I was going to talk about dating a narcissist, which I did. Lord help me, Father. Ladies or men, if you've dated a narcissist, then you know what the feeling is. It is irritating, nerve-wracking, and it's almost scary. But me being a person of belief, I believe in God. I fear no man, only God. And so, you go through all the arguments and the fighting and all that stuff. Well, the question is, how do we attract these people that we don't even like? Let me tell you, it's because they wear a mask. They hide their true selves to reel you in, because you deep down inside may be a healer. Okay, you may be that nurturer that they maybe had and didn't have, but didn't know how to treat. They may have been abused or broken, and instead of learning to to produce what they want in life versus what they've been through, they take it out on you. And you being that healing person, that nurturer, that caring and kind person, you just want to it's like not making excuses for them, because you don't know who they are, but other people know who they are. And you're like trying to, I guess, help them and work with them. But here's the thing. Limits, boundaries, they do exist. And I know some people be like, oh, I would never. Okay, and then that's when the fights start to happen. And if it gets verbal, it'll one day get physical, especially when it's a narcissist, because they just, sometimes that's the toxicity is what they like. It's what they enjoy. Kind of like dominatrix, like men and women, they love dominatrix. Some people, and they like to be abused. They like to be hit. It turns them on. It's a weird attraction, but they don't show you at first. It's like they want to change your life so you can be with them. But let me tell you, that is of the devil, honey. Because what you may not know is when people like all that negative stuff, is something negative in them. And some people will say, oh, I love God, but yet they turn around and do ungodly things. And I'm not speaking from like making a mistake, but it's like worse than hypocritical. It's like worse than a hypocrite. You pray and you say, oh, people are unorthodox, or some of the things people do are unorthodox, and you want to be better than, but you turn around and do some of the most irrational stuff to people. It doesn't make sense, especially good people who have just done nothing but be good to you. It's heartbreaking. And instead of hurting yourself, it makes you, some people hurt themselves, but some people want to hurt other people, because in a cycle of pain, hurt people. And that's why we need to talk about our pain, release it. Don't give someone who hurt you that authority or power over your life to where you're ashamed of the experiences that you may have had. When you take your power, it's free and open to talk about. And when you take your power, you might not even have to talk about it. But hearing about something that may relate to your pain shouldn't trigger you to get in your feelings, to become emotional, or to become shattered or afraid to move on in your life. So that's why forgiveness is for us. It may not be for them. You can forgive them for the pain that they caused you, for the hurt that they brought into your life. But when you let them go, it's so great because they have no power. You can say no, 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 and be happy about the choice that you made because life goes on. And if you could be so kind and gentle and understanding and compassionate to a narcissist, then imagine what that beautiful someone that God has sent you is going to reciprocate to you when you show them that kind of love. Let me tell you, life goes on. You might have to change your number. You might gotta change your address. But it leads to better things in life for you. And I know sometimes it can be, some situations are worse than others because friends of that person may be involved, and you know how people gather together and then they want to lie on you and make it seem like you were just this horrible person, but then they want to say, oh, they love you so much that they want to stop people from dating you. They want to stop people from communicating from you. They want to cut you off from the rest of the world. They want to take away your self-esteem. Don't let them. They're gonna lie. That doesn't mean you have to respond. You don't have to fight and argue with them because that's what they want. They want to bother you and your happiness. Don't let nobody steal your joy or your peace. Nobody. And if you don't believe in God, believe in being happy. Because I believe one day you will believe in God. God is the ultimate existence for everything in this world. Everything. Breath, matter. Matter is the most smallest thing in life, but without it, you wouldn't have oxygen to breathe. Without it, we wouldn't have the trees. Without it, we wouldn't have the sky. Without it, we wouldn't have the clouds. We wouldn't even have the ozone layer. There would be no space at all. So just the natural reason for existence. You go to biology class, it's matter. How did it form? Think about it. So, yeah, I dated a narcissist. And my biggest mistake ever, and actually, it was the second one, but he had a mask on. Because I think sometimes they get you in a vulnerable state. And I know the oldest trick in the book to catch a woman's eye is to be the knight in shining armor. But let me tell you, the bad part of the men or women who do that is when they create the problem for you. You know, like I know you've seen some movies where they might slash a tire. That way they can find you on the side of the road and assist you. And then boom, you fall in love and live happily ever after. The movies, honey. But in real life, this shit is dangerous. And then some of them probably just want to see you without, so they can keep taking from you to where you feel like you need them to survive, like for a complete existence in this world. Don't let anybody play on your skills, on your character. Like, I dated this guy who wanted to help me because like I had got hurt and I needed help, and I was in so much pain. Sometimes I couldn't even like walk. I couldn't walk up the stairs, couldn't walk down the stairs. It would hurt to sit, and then you know you're always on medication or something, and if you're not on medication, you're gonna sleep because you don't want to have to be in that pain, and it was excruciating sometimes. And so I was like, yeah, you can help and take care of me. But it wasn't like a freebie thing because we were friends first, right? So I would pay him naturally. And then started to see the real him. The arguing, the getting drunk and being irate, disrespectful, and I'm a fighter, so I will fight, but I will walk away first. And if you get in my face, then that's your fault. That's your problem. Whatever comes after, that's on you. You know. And so we did that. Sure did. Then they beg you to stay. Oh no, I'm sorry this, I'm sorry that, blah blah blah. But ultimately it is our fault because we still could just leave. You know? And then you hear all the sad stories about the abuse that they occurred and what they went through. Well, let me tell you, honey, the worst thing in the world. This guy was married. I looked it up on oscn.net. You know, you can always go to the state court site, county court website, and look up anybody you feel. First name, last name, that's all you need. And if you know the address, then you can, determine if that's the correct person, because some people actually have the same first name and the same last name, and you want to check the middle name to make sure you got the right person. There may be a picture if they've been convicted, okay? Now, I've been doing that since I was probably 15 or 16, because, baby, criminals, age don't discriminate. There's no age discrimination when it comes to crimes and people in this world, so that's a good thing to do when you start dating. So did that. Didn't see a marriage certificate. So I was like, okay, well, he's really like either got the divorce or going through divorce something, but I didn't see no marriage certificate. And plus everybody around him was like, oh no, they're not together, blah, 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 blah. Boom, bam. Talked to his wife on the phone. Oh, they're not together. I looked it up again. I said, it shows that y'all are married. So did y'all just put the certificate in here? What's going on? Oh no, he didn't sign the papers, and they blame it on each other. And then he says she didn't sign the papers. She was high and blah blah blah, and they have so many excuses. And I said, y'all just need to get back together. Like, who are you kidding here? Like, what is the point? She was bisexual. She had a girlfriend. Word on the street was he was bisexual as well, but on the DL, okay, do your thing. Do your business. But you can't force anyone to be with you or have sex with you if that's the type of lifestyle you live. Let other people live their life. If some people can be comfortable in a three-way, some people can be comfortable with bisexual activity in a relationship and outside of a relationship. That's when you have an open relationship. That's okay. That's your choice. Live your life. Boom. Those are your consequences, not mine. I choose not to, and I got that right. Because I'm a human being and I was born with rights just like you. And I got a brain to think for myself. So, of course, denial plays. Blah, blah, blah. And then there's, taxes come. Pay that $250 and get that divorce. You think it happened? Hell to the no. So I'm like, whatever. I'm stacking my paper and I'm just ready to fucking get away. And we became cordial to the sense where that's what it was gonna be, and that's what it was. But they never give up. And I can't say never, because some people will let it go. But this one, always on my phone. Called me from different numbers. Blocked that number. Called me from another number. Can we at least just be friends? You can't force people to be friends. You cannot force people. This is not jail. And don't be nobody's bitch. And I am nobody's bitch. You cannot force none of that. So of course you got the decline. And first I was like, okay, we can be friends, blah blah blah. Story of abuse is hurt people. And he was hurt, ever since as a child. And so I kind of had a little sympathy for him. And I know some people's stories are different, but usually that's kind of where it stems from, because people get comfortable with being hurt. And that's why they get comfortable with hurting people, because they're not healed themselves. So I pray as much as I can every day. It may be a simple prayer before I eat. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God. Before I go to bed, thank God. That's a conversation with God prayer. So you pray how you want. It's just a communication between you and the Lord. So that helps me. It helps me with life. And so that's what I do. Well, it got to the point where he finally got a girlfriend. Yay, I'm so happy. But he's telling her about me. No. And it's okay, because we're not together, so I don't care. But it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. And when you're not equally yoked with someone, you be honest with them. I'm not in love with you. I can love you as a person. And a long time ago, a friend told me, you can't tell people you love them, even though you're a Christian. You can't tell people you love them. You can say you're not in love with them, but it's not a good idea to tell people you love them, because some people will take that and run with it. And they abuse it, right? So you say much love. But sometimes you don't even need to say that, honey. Just, okay. That's it. And so and it gets to the point where people will, like, a whole city, a whole town, and they will make up lies about you. And then you want to know the lies, and it's just like people just look at you strange. Or why are you looking at me like that? Because I didn't wreck nobody's home. What the hell? Then I found out, it was 10 years. And so these dummies thought, because it was 10 years ago, that that's an automatic divorce. That's not no fucking automatic divorce. You still have to go to court, idiots. And you know that. I played the fool, but I'm not boo-boo the fucking fool. Come on now. Let's be for real. And I just feel so good right now, because God has delivered me, let me tell you, because I'm such a kind person. One of my friends had to tell me, it's okay to be a good person, but to be the nice person, you get too much bullshit. It causes too much pain, and it really does. And I had to think about it. Well, what's the difference between being a nice person and a good person? Aren't they the same thing? Because it's nice to do good things. Well, a nice person will go out of their way to be good to someone, and without anything in return, which is okay. But to go out of your way, no. That's like, okay, you see someone who needs help. Say you're in a store and somebody's short 50 cents or $1. You say, here you go, bam, pay it forward, right? That's being a good person, not a nice person, right? Because you're standing up for something. You're helping someone out. You see that they need help. You don't know. You just see somebody ask you, say, man, can I borrow $5? And you're like, do I got that? If you have it, all right, cool, bam. You're being a good person. But you're also being a nice person. Because guess what that person's going to do? If they don't even need the $10 or $5, then they're going to come back and ask you for 10, and then they abuse the situation. So I was like, dang, you're right. Because good people are the ones that hurt the worst. We pour it out into this world. We treat people the way we want to be treated, right? But everybody don't want to be treated the way you want to be treated. And I learned that from, who was that, Bootsy? I think it was Bootsy or DMX. I love DMX, God rest his soul. Fly with me, honey. So DMX, boy, I learned a lot from him. He said trust people to be who they are. Trust them to be who they show you they are. You can hope for them to change, but don't expect them to, because you put expectations on something that you can't control. Makes sense, don't it? I know. Whoa. Growth. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So, unless you want to be the horse whisperer, don't even lead the motherfuckers. Just point them in the right direction. It's over there. And let them keep moving. I know I learned my lesson. Keep it moving. And so, it's really, really crazy, because a couple of days ago, a friend came over and was like, what happened to your door? And I'm like, what do you mean what happened to my door? And I'm just getting up. And it didn't look like that the night before. So I looked at it, and it's like this dent underneath the door handle. And I'm like, and I have a security thing on the inside of my house, so I would hear it if somebody would try to break in. And oh my gosh, it's a fucking dent. So maybe somebody tried to break in while I was asleep. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And I sleep at weird hours, because I'm a day person and a night person, so I could go to sleep at like 11 o'clock at night, or I could go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was very like weird. So I'm like, what the fuck? Who did this to my door? Because I hadn't talked to this person in a long time. Oh, excuse the burp. But they would call my phone, and at first I was like, okay, well, let me not block the number, that way I know who's calling, because like I said, I've blocked numbers before, and they'll call from another number. Sure will. Somebody else's phone, their friend's phone, just anything, And so I was like, I know not to answer that one, so you forward, or delete, hang up with a blah. Let us pray. Father God, protect us all from the evilness of the narcissistic people in this world. May they find you, Lord. Encourage them to be better persons in life. May they find strength and hope to be better persons, and healed from whatever pain that they go through, so they don't project it onto others. In Jesus' name, amen. And it could be a little longer if you need it to be. Just talk to him, because I talk to him all the time. And don't talk to him because I talk to him. Talk to him because you want to talk to him. God is real, and angels are real, and so are demons. Because if you believe in God, then you know the devil exists. That's the purpose. That's the balance of the world. And so he just gives us a choice of which side you want to be on. And I choose to live in the light. And I choose to go with God. Make your choice and go with God. Because you'll be in a miserable life going with the devil. I don't even know if there's anything else I wanted to say. I know I said I was going to do this a couple of days ago, and I started, but then somebody called my phone, and so I didn't get to finish. So now I've just decided to do that. Now I'm not going to go into more details, but I figured I would just sum it up a bit, because maybe the extra details might be too much. People will get you caught up too. Oh, honey, please. Red flags. Don't make excuses for them. Don't try to heal them. Don't try to tell them to go to somebody professional, or make sure that, because, oh, and let me tell you, although they may want to cut you off from the world and you don't cut yourself off from the world because you're a strong person, some people will cut you off. I didn't get like as much communication as I did even with family or friends when I got with this person, and that broke my heart. And so, let people go. And I know you're like, oh, well, then it goes back to that kid shit. Well, I'm not gonna be your friend if you're friends with that person. That's not right. But sometimes it's true, because we want to be like the peacemaker, the problem solver, but sometimes we can't solve other people's problems. Sometimes you just can't do it. Now, like if there's a little bicker between your two friends and y'all can come together, that's fine. But if you can't, that's fine too. And just let it go. Because your life is for you, not for them. And so, it's crazy. And it got to the point where I think this motherfucker was a prostitute or something, because he asked me would I have sex for money, and I said no. And I'm laughing and I didn't cry or anything. I'm not laughing to keep from crying. It was just weird to me. And I was like, would you? And he was like, no. And I knew it was a lie, because why would you ask me? And so I think him and his friends was talking about it, because you know how guys talk, they'll say my girl this and my girl that and all that other shit. Okay. And then some guys, they like to pass their girlfriends around. Bloop. Red flag. Baby, I'm not that one, honey. No. And sometimes it gets so, let me see, men can conspire to share you with their friends by making an enemy of their friends until you get with them, and then they all have something to talk about, which is you. And then you become the problem when you weren't the problem at all. Ain't that strange? That's why you just can't be with anybody, and then it's hard to be friends with the opposite sex. Really? And then we get in this battle of men are this, and then we bash men, and then men bash women, and it becomes the battle of the sexes when both parties are wrong. It doesn't make sense. It's like a creation of drama. It's like a group activity of toxicity, and it bounces around the circle. So you have to remove yourself and choose your friends wisely. And I know you may have grown up with people, oh, that's my girl, we go way back. Okay, you go way back, but what are you doing with your life? Is that what you do? You gonna live that same lifestyle? No, boo-boo. When you get grown, you do shit differently, if you choose to. Some people don't choose to. Some people want to act a fool. They want to live their life like that. They want to have multiple sex partners. They want to pass around STDs and diseases and all that stuff. And then some of them still want to just be sexually, active in circles of friends and say, oh, they're the cleanest persons. Okay, good. Practice safe sex. And then you got all them kids. Okay, that's your life, but you can't force people to live that life. And then that got me to thinking about sex trafficking. It is so real in this world. And then when you're in cities where rings are getting police and detectives, they're busting people for it, and there's so much we have to protect ourselves from in this world. Not just women, but men too. Seriously. It is a dangerous world out here. And that's why I'm a firm believer in, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Bang. Whoo, self-defense, motherfucker. Hey, you got to. So, if you need to go take you a class or two, sign up. Go to the shooting range, get your little 22 or a 9mm to start off with. Practice. Because it's dangerous out here. And I believe in God. God is going to protect me. But hey, He created somebody to make the peacemaker, to make that steel. And you may need it, sometimes. Okay. Because angels slay demons daily. So, baby, hey, it's okay. Defend yourself and slay if you have to. Let me see. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? No. It's just a mess to deal with, because it can be depressing. You might want to beat yourself up a little bit, but we all make mistakes. We're human. Just continue to be yourself, and just live your life. I remember I talked to this girl. She said her boyfriend used to go to her job and cause problems, and one girl had got fired, and then another girl had quit. And I'm like, my gosh, it gets that serious. Like, people are really crazy, and you wouldn't even expect them. And then I'm sitting up here watching a TV show where these people are killing people to be in relationships. No. Did y'all see that? Where that guy... Okay, now mind you, they were married. This guy shot his wife. They had been married for like 20, 30-something years. And I think she was joking, or she said she had went on a date with a guy or something. And he said, you cheated on me, you fisted me, Jesus or something, and shot her like 3 times and confessed to it. Told the family where he threw the body in the river, and I think it was Tennessee or somewhere, I don't know. But it's all over the news. That is some crazy shit. Just let them go. But you have to think also, what if you didn't do anything? And this person wants to kill you just to keep you from somebody else. Ain't that the dumbest thing in the world? What is in these people's brains? And you're really not compatible. You just had sex. You were just sexually active friends with benefits. That's it. Really? You want to take somebody's life because you want to try to create a relationship that is not there? It's weird. That's worse than a bitter baby mama. Oh, you can't see your child because we're not together. That's dumb as fuck. Because anytime you lay down with somebody, you're already risking your life, taking a chance that you may get pregnant and end up having a baby by that motherfucker. That's why you're supposed to be careful about where you lay with. That's why we really shouldn't even be sexually active with multiple people. Or even if it's just with that one person, that friend or whatever. If you can't see yourself having a child with that person, you shouldn't be laying with them. Period. Because it's wrong to keep a parent from their child. Unless there's abuse involved. Don't keep the parent from their child. That's depriving them of their family and their loved ones, and it's wrong. You wouldn't want nobody doing it to you, so why would you do that to a child? The baby is innocent. You see videos all day long, TikTok, YouTube, where now men have to take videos because they're wanting to see their child, or they're visiting their child and the baby mama wants something. There was a video of a guy who was picking up his baby, and the baby mama has other kids with other dudes, and she was like, you can't take him unless you take all of them. Them ain't his kids. Why is he taking them? Or he's buying his baby something to eat because his baby said he was hungry. If you don't bring food for all of them, don't bring. That's wrong. Why are you not feeding these kids? Like, it's just weird. It is weird. I'm not that type of woman, so it's gonna be hella weird for me, because you're meeting in a parking lot to drop your baby off to the daddy, and then you change your mind because he doesn't want to give you no money, and he pays child support. It's the dumbest shit in the fucking world. It doesn't make sense. But my viewpoint is different when it comes to a lot of things. Child support will be another topic, because I think if you have shared custody, you shouldn't have to pay no child support unless both parties are gonna pay child support, because shared custody is when the child lives with both parents. So you're here 1 week, you're with the other one the next week, or a month here, a month there, or a weekend here, depending on your schedule. Like, it just doesn't make sense, because you're still providing for that child, which means you're still paying bills, providing a roof, clothes, shoes, food, all that stuff. So why would you have to pay more? That don't make sense. And then now dudes is out here paying child support for babies that don't even belong to them. That's dumb. You should have took the damn what they call the DNA test. Hello. I don't know. It's just, and it makes it hard for good women out here in this world, like me. Like, really? And they don't discriminate against race. And then people turn to the same sex because of problems like this. Like, women, I'm tired of dealing with men, so now you want a woman. And then you get bored, so now you're going back and forth. It's weird. Now you're stressing yourself out because of that one man or woman in your life that just played with you and your emotions. That doesn't mean give up on the rest of them. I mean, 1-2 bad apples don't take down the whole tree. Okay? There's a whole lot of good ones out there. You know how many branches and apples? Come on now. So it's weird. And then a lot of men out here, they gay for the same reason. They tired of women and the bullshit, thinking that you could get the same, like you can get something different or be happier from someone who's just like you. Like, that's not how it works, because then that motherfucker starts getting your nerves too, and it's just the same shit. It's the same shit, literally. Just, everybody is not for everybody. When you know that person is not for you, move on to the next one. Have that talk. I don't think it's not, we're not, what do you call it, compatible. I mean, we're good friends, but we're not good lovers. Like, and that's why I think people are jumping into relationships like too fast. Like, they're putting a staple on the relationship, let me say that, because a relationship is a friendship. You have relationships with your doctors, that's a level of intimacy between two people. We call that a friendship. Now, as deep as it goes, it gets deeper. Now, when you're committed, you choose to be married. So until you're married, it's really not any commitment unless you come to that agreement. But how you gonna come to an agreement that it's just gonna be y'all in the relationship if you're not married? So y'all playing house now. So we're gonna play house. So then everybody's gonna be players in the game of life. It doesn't make sense. If it's not real, then you can't expect much from it. The only thing to expect is for change. It's an inconsistency there, because And that's why I told one of my friends, I was like, cohabitation without a ring, never again. No. Like, I could be roommates with a friend, but it's got to be a girl. And even that, sometimes it just does not work out right. Like, no, honey. Because you're expecting too much from that person. You're moving in, you're acting like you're married, but you're not. You expect it to be a monogamous relationship if that's what you discussed, but you don't have anything to look forward to because you're not even engaged. So, no. And then there's all this bickering about what you're doing, all the lies and all that other. No, it doesn't make sense. I think we rush too fast because we want something that we're missing and we want to see it in that person. But that person may not want to see it in you. And that's when you know you're not equally yoked. And you must part. I mean, you can still be friends, but why hurt yourself? That's like setting yourself up for failure. And I learned that the hard way too. Because I knew I wasn't equally yoked with a few guys that I've dated. And they swore up and down that, oh, I want to marry you one of these days, blah, blah, blah. I want you to have my kids. And not every woman wants kids, but, some of them do. I still do. But do I want to have kids outside of marriage? No, I don't want that. Oh, our baby would be pretty. Okay, yes, it would. But guess what? Don't set me up for the okie doke. You're still going to have to wear a condom if I choose to have sex with you. Okay. And that's the entrapment. Boy, that gets them all the time. No. No. So, life experiences, honey. So I pray God sends me my husband, the one that's for me. Give me what I need and not what I want. But if I can I get both? Okay. Give me what I want and what I need, Lord. Come on. So, and that's for security. Because I'm secure with myself, and I'm going to need my relationship to be secure, and I'm going to need my kids to be secure, and I'm going to need my husband to be secure. And I can't have all that in an insecure, false relationship. So, it's just all about you and what you want in life. And so I want the real commitment. I don't want no fake, no play commitment. Okay? And so, narcissists, they bring that fake commitment. And some people actually marry them on that fake commitment. No. I'm not doing it any. Because if you feel like you want to put your hands on somebody, I don't think that's a real commitment. That's fake. Because you shouldn't hurt somebody so much to where you want to beat them up or slap them or anything, or lie to them. You're supposed to be best friends, And even some people, they perceive to be best friends and tell you stuff and all. But honey, even families will conspire with them. That's called manipulation. And they all might want to use you for something that you got. Your reputation, your money, something. Okay? We just have to be careful with ourselves, both men and women. Because women take advantage of men just like men take advantage of women, okay? They do it all the time. And that's why it saddens me because, boy, I'm tired of kissing frogs to get to the prince. Okay, I'm just gonna need the prince to just show up. I know some of y'all is too. So I got my little aura music on, cleansing the negative energies, the healing vibrational sounds. I like to listen to. It's very soothing. It helps me meditate and just relax. Because life is kind of scary. But we got to be strong and block all that nonsense out. But keep your guard up. Okay? Pray about it. Love yourself. I had one friend tell me, "Oh, this is nice." They was like, "You take good care of yourself." Well, I'm supposed to. Self-care, because I love myself. I'm going to need you to love yourself too, friend. And don't think just because you got kids don't mean that you can't love yourself. Love yourself, friend. And them kids. You love them kids. You make sure they eat. You make sure they got clothes on their back. You make sure they got shoes on their feet. You love them kids. Love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love them kids. They see you mad and miserable and unhappy. How do you think they're going to feel? You're going to create a disconnect with them. Love yourself. Treat yourself. Oh, yes, did they eat? Yes. Okay, well, now you eat too, honey. Don't worry about tomorrow. You got it. God got you. Okay? Stay positive. High hopes. Many blessings. Okay? Look forward to them. Continue to be that good person that you are. I don't want to put too much light on. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nope, it's 5:30. And I couldn't go to sleep. And I was going to do it yesterday because I couldn't go to sleep. And something told me, girl, if you don't make this video. And then I was like, trying to go to sleep, you know. So I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. And here I am. So I'm doing it. And I guess this is just a part of me healing myself. Because I don't have many friends to talk to, like personally. So I just figured I would just share it with the world. Because sometimes it's easier to talk to strangers than it is to somebody that you know. And I lost my sister a couple months ago, and she was like my best friend. And there's not many people that I can talk to about it. I mean, because I have already talked to some people in certain situations, but sometimes people don't want to listen. They get mad at the situation and then they just shut down. And then you feel alone because you still want to vent. And yeah, you can vent to God and pray about it, but sometimes you just need to speak out loud. And it's okay to talk out loud because you're using your sense, which is your mouth. That way you don't keep it all in your head, because when you keep it in your head, you go crazy. That's like making a list of things to do. Sometimes you can talk out loud while you making that list. It helps with the thought process because you're releasing it from here. Because if everything stores up here so long, you get frustrated. And then you blabber or you may forget. So it's good to talk out loud sometimes. And so that's why I'm sharing my experiences on video. And I think that's why people do it too now. It feels better, and then you can get like comments, hear other people's experiences when they comment on your videos or pictures or something, and then that's how people create discussions. So I guess that's hey, tune in, comment, like, share, subscribe. Maybe we can get on a live and create this discussion. I think I'm gonna do something like that eventually and get different viewpoints, because great minds think alike. And then maybe we can help encourage others to just be better people and stay safe in some situations and give advice and just the good things in life. So, I don't know what else to say. It's been about 50 minutes, so on that note, I'm gonna get ready for the day, although I haven't been to sleep, and I'll holler at you next time. Let's see, we'll choose another topic. I know I was gonna do jealousy. I did a little bit about that in another previous video, but jealousy, boy, that can come from anybody. You can have your man or your girl, your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, could be jealous of you, honey. And it don't make sense. Jealousy can come from anywhere. So we could do that. I think I did that too, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll make another topic, create for discussion, and I'll share another story. Because I've come to realize that you could have more than one midlife crisis in your life. It's possible, honey. It's possible. You just have to have perseverance, look deep in yourself and just want to change. Because when you want to change, you create the change, but you got to want it. You can't sulk in it. I mean, you can cry, let it out, talk about it, scream if you got to. It makes you feel better, scream. Just don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt yourself. Talk about it. So, yeah, because midlife crises do exist, and they happen more often than you would imagine. When you lose somebody, you have experienced a tragedy or a trauma in life, whether it's the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, or a move, a change, a significant change in your life, a new job, something that may be stressful, or even it's happy and you don't know how to accept it. It's a midlife crisis. Talk about it. Make you feel better. Let it go. Release yourself. Forgive those people who hurt you, so you keep your power within yourself, so they can't hurt you no more, because everything happens for a reason. It's either a blessing or it's a lesson. The lesson learned is not to mess with them again, or those kind of people, or do whatever you did no more. Try not to make the same mistake twice. Or when that passes over, you'll get your blessing, and it gets better. Because the sun will shine after the storm. Storm don't last always. Neither do troubles, unless you want them to. So you gotta shake it and move around. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself, okay? Love yourself. You're beautiful no matter what they say. God loves you. And as long as God loves you, baby, don't nobody else got to love you but you. Okay? So love yourself. Have a good day. Be great. Smile. And even if you walk to somebody and they got a frown on their face, smile.